going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this is how you can get all 4 elemental upgrades of the D.I.E wonder weapon here in the Maschine. Now, this is a big prerequisite for the main Easter egg, since getting all these upgrades is about 75% of the main quest, so make sure you guys pay attention. Now, what you want to do first is get your hands on the standard wonder weapon known as the D.I.E Shockwave, which you can get either from the mystery box, and good luck because it's rare, or through a short side quest. Now, the side quest includes killing a Megaton boss, and the Megaton spawns anywhere between round 7 to 10, and he's not too hard to kill, especially if you have a weapon of high rarity or a ray gun. But if you don't have either one of those two things, then put in a lot of ammo into him. He'll eventually split into 2, and once you kill the second twin, you'll see a yellow key card drop. Pick up that key card and bring it to the weapons lab, where you can insert it into the computer, and you'll then get the golden D.I.E remote control. You want to take that remote control to knock the Toten, and you'll see a blue gap in the wall. Interact with that. It'll turn the door into a suction-like trap, and don't worry because the trap can't actually kill you, but you want to suck in 30 zombies into that trap, and boom, that step will be complete. Interact with the gap again, and the door will then blow open, where you can pick up the D.I.E Shockwave wonder weapon. Now that you have that, we'll move on to the 4 elemental upgrades. The first one we're going to talk about is the Nova 5. You want to make your way to the Knock 2nd floor, and you'll see a golden canister right there in the distance. You want to suck it into your Shockwave wonder weapon, pick it up. You want to take that down to where Deadshot Daiquiri is and insert it into the clearing unit. And once you have that into the clearing unit, you want to then kill a Plague Hound in front of this machine. You only need to kill 1 dog. It's that simple with any weapon of your choice. Once you kill that 1 dog, it'll actually absorb the energy of the dog, and you could then pick up the canister. Once you have that, you want to take it to a small box outside of Noct at the crash site right here, as you can see. Once you place it onto the box, you then want to either shoot or melee the box itself, and boom, you now have the Nova 5 elemental upgrade. We then have the cryo emitter upgrade, and to get this one, you want to go to the top of Noct again, but this time you want to shoot the box off the top of the ledge, and once that box actually falls down where quick revive is, you want to go up to it and pick up the flask. Once you have the flask, you want to hold that in your inventory, and you'll notice that there is this very interesting looking radioactive goop or fungus on the tree, and what you want to do is have a Megaton boss actually shoot some acid at this fungus, and it's not that hard. He'll eventually, end up shooting it if you're standing right next to it, and once he actually hits that fungus, it'll start glowing pink, and you can then place the flask underneath it so that it can start collecting some of the goo from the fungus itself, and it'll take about a minute or so to actually fill up. Definitely not too long, but keep in mind you could do this out of order. You could get a Megaton to spawn, on an earlier round, and then have him shoot the tree first, then you can go get the flask from the top of Noct. It's whatever you want to do, but it's very simple. Once the flask is filled up, pick it up, and you want to go into the medical bay, where you'll see a box sitting right here on the ground. Interact with it, and the chains will melt right off, where you can pick up the upgrade for the cryo emitter D.I.E wonder weapon. Once you have that, we officially have the 2 elemental upgrades that you can get without doing any steps of the main Easter egg. Now, here's the tricky part, right, which a lot of people haven't talked about. In order to do the next 2 elemental upgrades, you have to do the following steps of the main Easter egg. Assuming you've already built Pack-a-Punch at this point, you want to go back into the Dark Ether to create the Ether Scope. The Ether Scope only has 3 parts to it, and the parts are in the same locations in every match that you play. However, you have to pick these parts up in a certain order, and that order is also different in every match that you play. So the first part might be at spawn, the first part could be at crash site in your game, or the first part could be in the Pack-a-Punch room. The order will always be different, but they'll always be in the same locations. It is that simple. Once you have the parts, craft the Ether Scope. Now, in one of your trips back to the Dark Ether, and you could take as many as you'd like, and you could have your friends help you out with this, you also want to open all 3 of the fast travels on the map. The first one is right here by the crash site, and all the fast travels cost 500 points. The next one is located in Noct Toten right here downstairs. Go ahead and take that one. And the last one is over by the pond near the quick revive machine. Take that one, and now all fast travels are open on the map, meaning when you're in reality, not in the Dark Ether, you can still use these Dark Ether portals to get around the map a lot faster. You want to go back into the Dark Ether again whenever you find an anomaly, and you get an anomaly just through getting random kills on the map. Anomalies will spawn at least once a round, and for some of these earlier steps of the main Easter egg, you'll constantly get anomalies all over the place. You'll get one in Medical Bay, you can get one by the Power Room. Anomalies are always around, just in slightly different spots. Once you go back to the Dark Ether, you want to actually go ahead and pick up a diary, which is located in the Medical Bay right upstairs by the computer. Once you have the diary, you want to go ahead and find 3 ghosts. The first ghost is right below where this computer room is. You want to hold square on the orb. Once the ghost spawns, you want to give him the diary. The second ghost is going to be right here in the trial room. Once again, you'll see an orb, hold square on it, and then give that ghost the diary. And then the third and final ghost is in the Pack-a-Punch room. You'll see an orb right here by the workbench, hold square, give him the diary. Boom, once those ghosts have all been interacted with, you're all good. You now have the password to the computer by doing this step. Go back to the medical bay once you're back in reality, interact with the computer, and boom, the password will be accepted. And officially at this point, you are now able to do the next 2 elemental upgrades for the D.I.E Wonder Weapon. Why these Easter egg steps are required in order to get the next 2 elemental upgrades doesn't make much sense to me, but maybe it's a design choice because Treyarch is encouraging us to also do the main Easter egg since they make us do quite a few steps before being able to finish the other 2 upgrades, but this is just what works as of today. So interacting with that computer actually spawns an anomaly near the pond area, and in order to do the next elemental upgrade known as the D.I.E Thermophasic, you have to go through this specific anomaly. Once you go through it, you want to walk over to the crash site and you'll see a small metal box. Shoot it or melee it until it opens and you'll see a fuse. Grab the fuse and you want to run as quickly as possible to the plasma cutter machine that's in front of Deadshot Daiquiri. Yes, I'm aware that a lot of people out there have reported many bugs with the plasma cutter machine not spawning in, and the reason why it doesn't spawn in is because people forgot to do the steps that I showed you before this, and they have to go through the specific anomaly that I also just showed you. So quite a few prerequisites just for this elemental upgrade, I know, but once you have all this done, you want to make your way back over to the pond area, jump on top of this truck, and on the back you'll see a box, hold square, and boom, you'll have the D.I.E Thermophasic Wonder Weapon. Now last but definitely not least, we have the best elemental upgrade known as the D.I.E Electro Bolt. You want to go back into the Dark Ether, and this time you want to use the actual anomaly that's underneath the Pack-a-Punch machine. You can only use this one to get this elemental upgrade, and here's the thing, after you just did the D.I.E Thermophasic, you'll constantly start getting the anomaly right under Pack-a-Punch where you need it. Go through this one, and while you're in the Dark Ether, you want to find 3 energy crystals around the map. They're bright yellow, and you want to absorb them using your D.I.E Wonder Weapon. So the first one is right here at the crash site, right here near Juggernog. You want to actually suck it in, and boom, you want to take this to a box located right at the bottom of the Pack-a-Punch room. Once you go up to this box, get fairly close to it and just shoot your charge shot into the box. You'll see the box is slightly illuminated with that light bulb there. You want to go find the second crystal, which is located right by Stamina Up. So here on the roof of Nocturne and Toten, you want to absorb that crystal. Once you have a charged shot, run back to that box. You want to shoot it again, and then you'll see another light bulb illuminate right here, as you can see. And here's the thing, you might run out of time, while you're in the Dark Ether trying to do this, and that is okay. You want to just wait until the anomaly spawns back in the same spot, probably within the next round or so. And guess what? The anomaly will always spawn back in the spot you need under Pack-a-Punch since you are doing this quest. It recognizes that and it wants you to finish it. So when you go back to the Dark Ether, you can go ahead and find the third and final crystal, which is located right here near the mystery box, going near the tunnel. You want to absorb this one and then take it back to that box, shoot it for a third and final time, and then boom, you could pick up the Electro Bolt upgrade for the D.I.E Wonder Weapon. Again, you may be able to actually charge up all the crystals in one go while you're in the Dark Ether if you have Stamina Up or whatever, but you don't have to. Don't stress it too much. But that is about it. That is all 4 elemental upgrades for the D.I.E Wonder Weapon here in D Maschine. The Electro Ball is obviously the best upgrade because it has unlimited ammo, and it's similar to the Mark II upgrade from Alpha Omega, which also shot lightning and had unlimited ammo as well. I really hope you've enjoyed. This has been dkdynamite, and peace out, everyone.